a lot more quarterback run than we anticipated coming into it. You had a combination of more people to the ball and a lot of people showing up, taking away space and taking away angles. We did some things adjustment-wise from a scheme that put people in better leverage positions and so forth. So overall combination of those two things. Oh, I did. Yeah, I sure did. I did when we were taking the field. When we came down right before kickoff, I got a chance to peer over the inflatable tunnel to look at it and see it, because obviously it wasn't full when we left from pregame warm-ups. And yeah, just a lot of fun to see this project come to fruition and see that kind of crowd and the fans, the administration, the players. It's a great night for Iowa State football. Well, I think it does, and you've heard me preach that production is what we're looking for out of the defensive front, and we got production out of that group. And Dale Pearson certainly led the way, but a bunch of them showed up, and they were active all night long, whether it was pushing the pocket or forcing the run game wider or squeezing the run game down completely. You're right, and it's only one game. We got a lot of improvement that needs to be made, and certainly that's one of the places. Like a first time out there as a starter. Not great. He had some good moments, and he had some moments that we got to fix. I think the Sunday film showed most of all, whether it be with Wendell or the offensive line or the defensive line, there were a lot of fixable things that we were able to view on film. We'll be able to view them with the kids today and immediately begin fixing them on the practice field. Both mental and physical, but fixable things. If you're going to play good defense, you got to stop the run. We were better at defending the run on Saturday, but not to the point where you'd say we shut it down or stopped it. So to use your word, the rebuild of the defense always begins with that. Then you work to control the pass. You're not going to stop people's pass games generally. You got to control it. If you're committed to stopping the run, to do all of that, you got to tackle better. I've mentioned we tackled better in the preseason. Didn't tackle as well in the first game, but that's 2+ weeks of not tackling in practice. I would suspect we'd tackle better in game 2 than we did in game 1. No, I wouldn't say they exceeded expectations. I'd say they probably met them because of, I've already expressed the guys that were here in January were well ahead of previous junior college players. I think the guys that arrived in the summer are, about what you just articulated there, not arrived yet. There's a lot to learn, and then a guy like Bobby who arrived late, he probably still has the farthest to come. So I think it probably met where I expected them to be. I thought they ran hard, first of all. I thought they all ran hard and were playing hard to go along with that. I thought their age showed. I thought Tyler Brown played like he'd at least been out there before and played the best of the three. Mike Warren played like it was his first opportunity and showed some things, and Joshua Thomas played like a true freshman, albeit he ended up in the end zone and he dropped his shoulders and ran with some force. And I already have begun to see in one game a guy that says, all right, this is a little bit different than practice. This is an opponent, and these are live reps, and I think he learned greatly from that encounter. No, he went against rules. He went against rules, fielding that punt and taking off with it. The smart thing was he was in open space and had a lot of room to field. He still fielded a clean ball in that it took a candy hop for him, and he was able to pick it up clean. He dropped a pass, as you mentioned, a catchable ball, not a great ball, but a catchable ball. And then he already had a couple punt return opportunities that nothing really had opened up for him. So to get him in space and see him make a couple moves and showcase his speed was good for the program, good for Trevor. I think you start off the field because he's a captain. So what takes place before game day get you elected to that position. He's in the hospital with us. He's in the elementary schools. He's doing things that we don't even organize to help out in the communities, whether it's here or back in his local area. A special human being as far as caring and dedicated and giving everything that he has. On the field, he's emerged as a good football player, not just a special teams player. He's emerged as a good linebacker, and I think he's getting smarter every day, every week. I would not have classified him as a smart linebacker when he arrived. He had a lot to learn about the position, but he's embraced that. He's learned, and I think his grade showed that, and his production showed it as well. I don't know. At the end of last year, Dale was playing pretty fast, and going back to the first question about JC's and the expectations. Dale was a guy the second half of last season really started to come on. So I think he's not only picked up where that trailed off, but added to it as a second-year JC player, second-year JC starter. It'll be fun to have Trent Taylor back in the lineup because he's in a similar position and will add hopefully to that defensive front. You see the explosiveness. You see the ability to use his hands and get off blocks. Saw a little bit too much independence in doing some things his own way as opposed to the discipline needed in the defense, and he'll get that fixed. He'll get that corrected as well, Coach Egan, as we go into game 2. But he's a little bit different player than we've been playing with.